Hi you guys, welcome back to FVSD Life. My name's Brownwyn and welcome to number 2 for the second video for Carers Week. And today I'm going to be talking about making caring visible, valued and supported. This is the slogan for Carers Week, so that's why I wanted to talk about it. And like I said yesterday, every single carer situation, every carer is different. And yeah, so with making caring visible, I find it's best to get yourself registered as a carer. So I think there are two main different ways that you could do it. So the number one way is saying to your GP that you're a carer, so that way it's on your records. And you may be asked questions, you may be asked to fill out a questionnaire or something, but with me, they already knew that I was a carer anyway, so they just put it down and it. And another way is to get a carer's assessment through a social worker. And if you don't have a social worker, just reach out to your GP, because I think they actually do referrals for getting a social worker. So I think that's through care services or something, but yeah. And yeah, so with being put on paper with us, it means we're able to get a health check, and also get sooner appointments with the doctor as well. And also with the pandemic being put on paper, it means that you're able to go with a patient to a hospital appointment as well, which has been really, really helpful with my mum. Right, so with making carers valued and supported, how in the world do I get into this? So there are different ways that you could be valued and or supported as a carer. You could get carers allowance through DWP. You could have like I just said, health checks or sooner appointments with a GP. Me and my family, we don't really feel valued or supported, to be honest. I mean, we've been told that we're able to cope and manage by ourselves, and because of that, we're not really, we're not really anyone's main focus. We're not really important. And so, for those who don't know, last year my mum had a operation in October, and it was a really major operation. On that day, I had absolutely no one. I was left alone in the house. My sister was away on holiday, thankfully, which was an absolute godsend. I'm forever grateful for her, for her carer and the charities and stuff that have been helping us with that. But yeah, she wasn't there. I was in the house by myself. I didn't have anyone. Oh my god, that day was awful, because I just wanted someone to hold me in their arms and tell me everything was going to be okay. I'd never felt more alone. I kept having phone calls from my relatives and my friends saying, "Is your mum done yet? Is the operation done yet?" The thing is, I kept phoning the hospital and they kept saying, "No, she's still being operated on." And beforehand we were told it's going to be a short operation, so I was really scared. And it was just brutal. It really was that day. It really was. yeah, due to COVID, my mum's sisters and brother couldn't come down, which was absolutely heartbreaking because I know they wanted to be there. They really, really did. They phoned me quite a lot, especially my aunts. Well, no, all of them did, you know, because obviously it's their sister. And, you know, but I just wanted someone to be there with me, just hold my hand and stuff. The next day, the social worker came round, and he came round to just see what we wanted to have in place for while Mum was in recovery. So I told them that I wanted us to have a cleaner and a gardener as well as a few other stuff, but those two were the main things that I wanted in place. And, you know, so actually, funnily enough, while my mum was in hospital, she was actually in ICU, which isn't funny, but yeah, she was in ICU, and when I went to visit her the first time, the very first thing she said to me, she didn't say, "Hello darling, how are you?" or "How are you feeling today?" It was, "How did it go with the social worker?" And I was like, "Yeah, thanks. Yeah, nice to see you too, Mum." Yeah, it's... So, I was told, but no, Mum was in hospital for 9 days overall. And for that full 9 days, I had the carers lead who was provided by, who's from the West Herts Hospital. She phones and checked in, and I'd phone and check-ins from family and friends. Not many people knew what was happening, so, you know, a handful of people were helping. And with, I didn't have help with looking after my... Well, no, actually, we did... My sister's volunteer job, her boss was willing to have running as much as I wanted her to be, you know, whenever I needed space, so it was brilliant. It actually helped a lot. But the thing is, I didn't have help with the cooking, I didn't have help with the cleaning, I didn't have help with the shopping. I was saying that I did have a Sainsbury's delivery, but anyway. With the cooking, basically with the visiting hours, it was between, I think it's between 2 and 8, or between 2 and 7, I can't remember. But I would literally go visit Mum and then come home, and the thing is that I'd be so exhausted that I just didn't want to cook. So I would always get a Too Good To Go bag or get a takeaway. And yeah, just because I was just so tired, you know. We didn't have help while Mum was in hospital. It wasn't fair, you know. It also, I had to provide emotional support for my sister because she couldn't cope with going to the hospital because of COVID. So that was really stressful because every time I came home, "How's Mum? How is she? When's she coming home?" They're like, "I don't know." And that was... The entire thing was absolutely terrifying, honestly. When my mum was discharged, we did have a community nurse, a nurse come from the community team to come round and just check on her wound, and they came around about 2 or 3 times a week. Unfortunately, Mum had an infection. Oh, God, honestly, while Mum was in recovery, we still didn't have anyone, you know. It was... because, and the thing is, this is still really embarrassing to talk about, but we have to. Because I was so focused on getting Mum well, the house became really messy and untidy because I wasn't cleaning it. And that's because mum was my main focus, you know, and it was heartbreaking and really embarrassing because I actually had to reach out to a friend of mine who's got a cleaning business, and thankfully she was able to come round in a few days and she did a deep clean, and that was a huge help actually. I'm forever grateful to her. It's absolutely, oh my gosh, honestly, yeah. Christmas was a bit stressful. Mum was still in recovery, but she was able to move around a little bit, so she was able to cook some stuff. She wasn't able to cook a lot, and yeah, Mum was fully recovered around February time. I can't remember when exactly. The social worker did end up organising a cleaner to come round. I think they're end of tenancy cleaners, but they came round about a few months ago, and they came out to give the house a one-off clean. It was just a one-off. You know, honestly, it would have been a lot better if it was sooner. If it was a lot, like, if it was while mum was in recovery, but unfortunately because of COVID and stuff, they didn't really want to risk giving her anything. But yeah, we had, I know I keep saying it, but we could barely function. I don't know how we were able to do it, but we got through it. We still, to this day, we are still struggling, you know. We manage and cope because we have no choice, because we have no one there for us. With the cleaning, you know what, I don't mind doing it. I actually enjoy cleaning now, you know, but it's just, there are days where we just physically can't do it because our bodies are exhausted, and the thing is we have no choice because there's no one there, you know, and it's not fair on us, it's not. And Mum really does not believe that carers get any kind of support. She really feels that there should be a clear pathway of support when a carer is in a crisis or in need. Yeah, I mean, we've managed to get there somehow, you know, but I think that's because we're such a strong family anyway. I mean, it is what it is, you know. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I am on TikTok as well.